This week on the League of Legends, we've got the Harrowing and the finals of the LCS. All this and more on the Spastic Gaming web show.
This is Water Elemental.
And this is Axis, and we're here today to talk about the League of Legends. This is an ongoing show. We talk a little bit about everyone's favorite mobile style battle game.
That intro was really creepy.
What intro?
We did do an intro?
No.
Then what was that?
Alright,
Too spoopy for me.
she blinded me with spookiness.
So, we have
God.
no news. The skin should be coming out, hopefully, by the time this video comes out.
We have server maintenance coming out tonight, and so we should get our 2-1 patch tomorrow. But for now, Shadow and Fortune, a harrowing story.
I'm still going through this. This is a long dump of expedition. It takes place right after the fall of Gangplank, and it's talking about misfortune and the harrowing blowing into...
The Black Mist.
what is it called? Bilgewater.
A nightmare storm of relentless dead.
So, out of all the places that they're going to continue the story, they just chose to just
Same
stay...
place.
Same place. It's like, don't get me wrong. Halloween, I understand, like, last year, the whole, like, Bilgewater harrowing cinematic was there. But there's so many continents, and they're focusing on just one area. And I understand that there's conflict and stuff, and that's something you can blow over or have multiple areas being attacked by the harrowing. But it is always hammering on this one spot. And hopefully the next storyline does not take place.
In Bilgewater?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Along with this, we are getting some updated character bios. Characters like Karthus, Calistier, Mordekaiser, Thresh, and Blue Ribbon for Hecarim. Again, this is something that was kind of hinted at, so we're now seeing them all. Nothing really that staggering. I think the most interesting ones to come along are probably Karthus, just because Karthus is the only one that's not like, he's evil and he's always been evil.
Well, I'm curious to see how Mordekaiser's Master of Death is going to be. Now that he is not the Master of Metal, is he still going to keep his title as being a torturer on the Shadow Isles, kind of corrupting people as they enter the island but never leave, and then throwing the body over to Thresh?
They're just like, hang on, let me send this to Calistier. Alright, let me send it to Hecarim. I guess Karthus is doing stuff too. I don't know. It's too conveyor belt for me.
So, remember how I said that there was one character that dealt with death, and it didn't fit with any of the other characters that dealt with death? No Kindred mentioned at all, I don't think, in any of this.
Whoops.
Let's actually control find Kindred. Oh, she has ties with Karthus's Karthus's lore. She met him in the bog when he became a lich and walked out a lich.
I don't think that Kindred is involved in this world in any way. Especially not in death, because she is a bad character. So yes, harrowing stuff, very neat. We've already kind of given our 2 cents on the harrowing. I don't personally like it too much. I don't like the idea that harrowing could be at any time.
They didn't do anything for it. We got 3 skins, no like new wards, nothing else. It's just 3 skins that could come out at any time, honestly. Like the harrowing.
Yeah, we don't get any characters dressing up. We don't get anything like that. It's kind of crappy.
League made me really excited for the Halloween season, along with like World of Warcraft's event. And this was just such a big letdown because I was just so excited for it. It sucks. It really sucks.
Well, we're going to pick over this. It's being released in chapters, much the same. I'm not sure, but we'll see in the 5.21 patch if they're doing a progressive story like they did for Bilgewater. We will have to see. But
Gangplank is now a ghost.
Well, there is a ghost Gangplank skin.
Free for everyone who kills Gangplank in a map.
Parlay, you SOB. So yeah, look forward to that. And we'll check back in with you next week with more harrowing news and updates.
And finally, there's been a lot of red posts and stuff talking about lore and kind of like open Q&A sessions. There's a lot to go over. There wasn't any information I found that was really interesting. A lot of the stuff is just like, so what are you going to do about this champion? What are you going to do about this? How do you feel about next season? And nothing really...
Yeah, they talked a lot about Shaco and LeBlanc and changing how illusions work. They also talked a lot about balancing and their upcoming changes to ADCs. Marksman. So, again, we're moving towards my favorite part of the year, which is the preseason balance changes. I love the preseason balance changes, but still a little ways away. So, yeah, just hang out for that, and we'll keep you informed, because everyone knows I like talking about the Frozen Fist item.
Hey-oh.
I love the Frozen Fist item.
And finally, the...
LCS is coming to a close. They're playing on Halloween. I'm not going to watch that.
No, like, it's going to be during the day, at least. But...
I might, but I'm probably going to be busy. I've got friends in town. I'm going to be hanging out and doing whatever.
Hanging out. Just hanging out.
I think it's really... You don't... If it was like Thanksgiving Day, maybe that might be a smart move. But Halloween, that's like a party day.
A lot of people I've talked to have really been kind of burnt out by the LCS. The
It's
beginning was great.
too long.
It is. It feels longer than any other season. It's because they're moving venues, so they have to have that week transition. It should just be a straight 2 weeks, either during the night or during the day. We have video on demand. We have, ways to watch it if we're not on the same time schedule. And it honestly just doesn't need to be this long. I understand, like, for the finals, you need a couple days for them to train and practice and stuff like that, but it's still... That's a 2-day thing. You set up the finals, you play, done. Every other year, it's played at one city, but they had 2 separate venues. You had the qualifiers, the quarters, the semis, all in one area, and then the finals are going to be at, like, a huge area. So... seeing it just moving around, it's drawn it out, and I'm really kind of burnt out. And especially since all of our teams that we're rooting for are out.
Yeah,
So,
poor Fnatic.
poor everybody. So, yeah, it's Coup Tigers versus SKT Telecom. I honestly want Coup Tigers to win because I don't want a Korean team to have 2 wins under the belt. So, if anything...
It's a disaster!
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, there's not much news going on here. It's going to be a short episode.
Yes, we'll have 5.21 next week, and we'll also be talking about the Chapter 1 or 2 of the Harrowing. Hopefully we'll get Chapter 2 by then. We can talk a little bit more about what it means for Bilgewater. Until then, we're going to move on to our own section here. Our first question comes from The Dude. He says, what do you guys think about all the Korean matchups for the finals and Worlds? Do you guys think this is good or bad for the future of pro league play?
Bad.
Obviously, not having much diversity in the finals is not everyone's favorite. We had it last year as well, didn't we?
Well, the thing was, the top 8 were all Asian teams in one form or another. There wasn't a American team in the top 8.
Or a European team, for that matter.
Yeah.
Or a Russian team.
Yeah, there wasn't any wild cards, wasn't any European, wasn't any... And it's for people like us who have our own teams that we really enjoy. I know a lot of people love TSM. I know there's people that are Fnatic friends, Liquid, you got Origin, Curse. There's all these teams that people want to root for, but every year they get funneled out by the Koreans, and it gets to a point where it's like, why am I going to watch? It's going to be a horrible loss, because our meta and the Korean meta are so totally different, and even the culture-wise, it's so totally different. They center around that as the main priority. Their whole culture revolves around them being stars, instead of, like, for us, it's like sports and stuff like that. So no matter how hard we try to get into it, they are always going to be a lot better because of the way the culture is.
Another thing I want to say is that I hate to compare this to other MOBAs, but like you look at the International 5 that was just a couple months ago, and even if your favorite team got drummed out pretty early, there was still like the weird matches like the 10v10 and the All-Star match and things like that where... even if you had a favorite player or a favorite team, like, if they got knocked out, there were still games that they were going to play, and there were still things to look forward to throughout the tournament that still had some of your favorite players and some of your favorite teams in. And ultimately, the game's a little bit less fast-paced, so you get less Twitch-based gameplay, which opens it up for more than, grind-to-the-bone gamers.
Don't they also use that as a platform to make huge announcements? Because 2 years ago, it was techies. Mm-hmm. And then this year it was 10v10.
That's true. Which is a custom game mode right now, and I'm sure it'll be a full version very soon.
Yeah, and I think it helps that there is player interaction through the compendiums.
Well, yeah, the compendiums, the wagering in matches, and unlocking the challenges, and rooting for your teams, and getting pennants.
See, even as someone like I don't play versus other people in Dota. I play Dota just to pick up a couple of bot matches, pick random, and play. It like I still collect armor sets. I have a weird like obsession with getting chests and stuff. But that it's I like it, but then say like a lottery ticket or something. So I call that my like lottery budget, and I love doing that because I know I can sell them off, get cool couriers, and if I do want to pick up in the future, I'm gonna have this great set of armor for some characters.
There you go.
In League, it's like pick them. Icons, you can pay $250 for an icon that can represent your team, but only for a patch. After that patch, it's a normal icon. It's like it's already in the game. Just let us have it. Yeah. So
it's a little goofy, but we'll see. The future of Pro League needs to be more about the fun of the game rather than just the competition, I think. So I think we got a little off base. I think it's if Korea wins every Dota World matchup, that's fine. But if people are getting as bored as they are waiting a week for every single match,
well, what kills
I don't
me
think
is,
it's good.
Yeah, the quarterfinals and the finals could be done on Thursday and then on Sunday. And then you can have an all-star match. Well, the problem is you have all the teams, they're moving. That's why they don't do anything with the rest of the teams. The internationals is all done in one location. But they're always moving venues to appease a wider audience. So they really can't do all-star matches, stuff like that, because teams are separating as soon as they're out of the match. They're not sticking around.
Yeah, it's just, don't think it's good. Next question comes from Tetsuo!
Let us know if you get tired of that, because we're not.
Tus Isatu. He says, keep up the good work, guys. For this question, what do you guys think about Overwatch? I'm sure you guys have been talking about it a lot, but give us your opinions on some of the characters and who you guys are looking forward to playing. Who seems overpowered, who's not, your favorite abilities, etc. All that jazz.
Yes. Tell me about how you feel about Overwatch.
I am not a big Overwatch fan. I've kind of got Blizzard fatigue. You know, for a while, I was playing Hearthstone. I was playing Heroes of the Storm. I was playing Warcraft. I even got into the free StarCraft thing for a while. But now I'm kind of burnt out. You know, I've been playing a lot of Metal Gear, and I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars 2, Heart of Thorns. I've been playing a lot of War Thunder and Star Citizen. And I don't really have the time to pick up a new game. And, you know, I'm not in the beta right now. I haven't even opted for it.
I think it's mainly just press at this point in time, because I was checking my thing all day today. I didn't get anything.
Shucks. So I haven't kept a close eye on Overwatch, but I know you have. You're obsessed with it.
Yeah, I actually got to play it on the floor of BlizzCon when it was announced, and you don't know the pure pain as playing a game that was so well polished early on in the floor, and then they're like, all right, you have to wait a while for it, and you just kind of like, I want to play it. I can't go back to playing Team Fortress 2 anymore because I know that Overwatch is going to be taking up my time, and it's going to be a more enjoyable experience for me. I love Team Fortress 2, but I think it has overstayed its welcome, honestly. I don't enjoy it as much as I used to anymore. Overwatch, fantastic. I have literally a frame poster from BlizzCon. I have all my stuff is...
Hey, what happened to your Kingdom Hearts poster?
You burned it.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so I haven't played any of the newer characters. I played the original roster, and none of the guys that were added at PAX or just recently. My favorite characters definitely have to be either Reaper, Reinhardt, or Torbjorn, or however you pronounce it, the support guy. They play very well. Torbjorn feels like a very, very good engineer, but without the heavy setup times. Reaper is just a fantastic assassin who has a lot of cool like teleportation moves. Reinhardt is just stupid. Jelly Green and I, there was a match we played. He was Mercy. He was healing me. I went in with my ultimate, killed everybody on the control point. I died, and then he rezzed me, and we took the point and we won the game. And everybody on the other side was really pissed off, and it was a very, very satisfying feeling. So there's going to be a lot of moments like that. I know balancing is probably going to be an issue, but Blizzard sometimes does a good job of keeping things equal. I don't know how they would do with the first-person shooter. But the scenario seems interesting. I can't wait to see all sorts of the lore that they want to do with this. The city, or not the city, but the world was in a war with robots, and now that the Overwatch has been disbanded for mysterious reasons. People are now mercenaries, but now they're gathering together. Yeah, I can go on for a while about this.
Well, we'll have to get you into the beta. But good question. Yeah, I'll have to learn about Overwatch a little bit so I can keep up with this guy. But I'll probably play some matches. I mean, if it's in the Blizzard launcher, I'm going to play it. So
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
If it's free, definitely check it out.
Well, they'll release an open beta for everybody, and they love making their games free now. It makes them so much money. But, yeah, we love all the questions. We try to answer at least 2 on the show every week if we can. Really keeps our show going, especially on slower weeks like this. So if you have a question for us about the show, about Spastic Gaming, about video games, about upcoming games, about geopolitics, about what we're up to outside of this, about what we're doing for Halloween, anything really, please post in the comment section below. Send it to our email at spasticgaming@gmail.com, or post it on our Facebook, Twitter, or website, all of which are linked to the information down below. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/spasticgaming. You can donate to that if you would like to get in on some exclusive content, bonus rewards, and auxiliary features that you might not otherwise get.
Working on getting a good point to start updating the SoundCloud again. It's been an updating schedule problem keeping up editing the show. It's a little bit harder to get the SoundCloud going. So I'm working on it. I haven't forgot. I just got to get the time to catch up on all the old episodes. So.
Indeed. Otherwise, it's been Axis.
And Water Elemental.
I'm going to go get some groceries. Excuse me.